Okay, so today is Sunday, the 4th of January? 4th of January 2026. Happy New Year to everyone. Now we're in Basingstoke to talk about Basingstoke's rich reggae sound system history, and we are in the Essex Road Boxing Gym run by Trevor Francis on the left here. A well-known name in British boxing back in the 70s, and who runs this boxing gym. So we have Trevor Francis on the left here and Alex Francis on the right, who are both cousins, both from Basingstoke. So gentlemen, I just want to say thank you for giving up some of your Sunday for agreeing to this interview. And I'd like to take this opportunity to apologize for all the harassment that I've been giving you guys. But you know, it's coming from a good place. So we want to find out about today about Basingstoke's reggae sound system history, something that a lot of people don't even know about. And the Francis family were fundamental in that sound system history. So I usually start the interviews with the interviewees introducing themselves. So Trevor.
Yeah, I'm Trevor Francis, born in Jamaica, 1950. Came to England 1965.
1965. Yeah. Okay. And did you come straight to Basingstoke?
Well, I lived in London for a year,
Uh-huh.
and then I came to Basingstoke.
See.
67.
Okay. Yeah. Alex.
Yeah, so I was born Stonebridge and
In Harlesden.
yeah, Stonebridge, Stonebridge
Yeah.
Park, yeah, on Hillside.
Yeah.
Yeah, so born 1961, come to Basingstoke in 1965.
65.
65 we come here, yeah.
Okay. Brilliant. Brilliant.
Right, yeah.
Basically, that's obviously your beginnings in Basingstoke. What are your memories, if there was any, of the sound system scene in Basingstoke when you came here? Was there a sound system scene
Not
at
when
all?
we come first.
There wasn't?
There was no sound system.
No. Things my dad that started,
Yeah.
Sonny Francis.
So your dad was Sonny Francis,
Sonny Francis.
and he started the first sound system in Basingstoke.
Yeah, to cater for the skinheads.
Skinheads, yeah.
Just for the skinheads.
Yeah.
So this was what, the late 60s?
60s, yeah.
Yeah, 67, 68.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
To about 70, wasn't it?
Yeah.
About 70, 71.
Okay. So that was the first basically Caribbean-owned sound system in Basingstoke.
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay. Before then there was nothing. And what was the name of your dad's sound system?
He called it Sonny's Shangri-La.
Shangrila. Okay. That's the name of a spiritual mythical city in Tibet. Yeah. So your dad was into that spiritual kind of...
I guess so. Probably, yeah.
So Shangri-La started late 60s.
Yeah.
What kind of music was your dad playing?
Well, Trevor would know, but ska beats.
Yeah.
So you were involved as well, Trevor, with the
Yeah,
sound?
he was there. Yeah, he was playing. Just in them days, it wasn't so much dub and thing being played anymore.
Yeah, so ska beat, you know.
Ska and all that.
Yeah, ska and reggae and reggae.
Yeah.
Reggae
Okay.
Yeah, cheer up, baby, and so. Plus some soul music as well.
Yeah.
But the crowd was mainly white, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, mainly. Yeah. It was not a lot of black people in there. So
In Basingstoke at that time.
No.
I think what's different with the other town in Hampshire, Southampton, which has a noticeable Afro Caribbean community, is in Southampton the Caribbean community settled there in the 50s and the 60s, whereas Basingstoke was a bit different. People came from outside.
Basingstoke's a London oversplit, so only really got built up in 60s.
Yeah.
So 65 onward.
More
is
black
when they
people
started
came.
building the estates.
Yeah.
You know, because pure housing estates. You know?
Yeah.
So that's when they started building. So that's when people started coming down.
Okay, from
Late
all
60s.
other parts of London. and
Yeah, basically all over London.
Yeah. Okay.
Our whole street was Londoners.
Yeah.
Everyone's from London.
Everyone's from London, and they all settled in Basingstoke. Okay. Now, most towns and most cities have an area where you find more Caribbean families than other parts of town. Like, for example, Southampton is Derby Road. That was the main Afro Caribbean area. In Basingstoke, was there a part of Basingstoke where there was more Caribbean families than any other part of Basingstoke? What was the name of that area?
Well, it'd probably be Oak Ridge, if anything.
Oak Ridge.
Yeah.
And that's near Popley?
Oak Ridge and Popley, yeah.
Popley, they're next to each other?
Yeah.
Okay. So that was where there was a noticeable Afro Caribbean presence. Not to the extent of Derby Road.
Yeah, no, it's a very small community, you know.
It's very small at that time.
Yeah, so Popley and
Winterberry.
Yeah.
Winterberry. Had a few black people living in
Yeah, a few,
the same as all.
So that's obviously where the community, a lot of the community went to. So basically, Afro-Caribbean people are moving to Basingstoke in the second half of the 60s from London and other places as estates are being built. There's no established sound system scene. I suppose the people who are moving to Basingstoke from London are starting that scene as they move into Basingstoke.
Yeah, and really sound systems were only kind of taking, when did sound system really start? Was it the
80s?
But I mean, original, that was kind of,
So it was just starting off at that time as people moving into So basically, obviously Sonny Francis, your dad, started Shangri-La, which arguably was the first sound system in Basingstoke. And he was playing for mainly the skinhead crew.
So he came from Jamaica in 1946.
1940.
Was it 46 or 48? It might be 48.
48, okay.
Yeah, he one of the first.
Windrush generation.
Yeah, he one of the first. And
Okay.
obviously settled in. So he settled in Cambridge and he used to have like a little gambling house there. So where he used to have a game house and have a few little blues and that in there, you know what I mean? But then he came out of London, But down the road you had the Palmer brothers who created Jetstar, so they was close. So, but when he come out of London now, obviously, you kind of see a little, well, it's a little thing for the community. The skinhead community, you know?
Because I suppose at that time, the skinhead community, even though people have negative connotations of them, they were into Caribbean music.
They love reggae.
They love reggae. Even the close cropped haircut, the braces, and the fashion.
The way they dress was Caribbean.
People dress in the Caribbean. Apart from say the bruises,
So basically, the skinheads were the first kind of people that went to sound system dances in Basingstoke as Shangri-La was playing. So that was like late 60s. So, I mean, did your dad talk about how he got his sound system equipment back in those days?
Well,
we saw now,
so like my uncle was up in London, so he knew a few people who basically
build amplifiers.
They built amplifiers.
You get a valve amp, which was like 500 watt, but it'd be like this big. You know what I mean? And you'd have to switch one switch, leave it for 5 minutes, then switch the other switch. And get it was all valves,
All valves. So your dad got the equipment from London?
London,
Was there a particular person? I've heard of all these mythical people like Barracuda, Lynx, and people like that. Was there a particular person?
I wouldn't even know, because Gladstone, what's Gladstone's son? Gladstone Brown, isn't it?
The Barracuda is them people who build that preamp for you.
So the equipment was bought from London. And what about the music? Back in those days, in the late 60s, obviously there was no black music shops in Hampshire, so your dad used to go to London?
He would probably get it from my uncles, you know what I mean? Like they say,
He'd get the music.
I wouldn't say a vast, you know, selection, but he'd have music.
He'd have
you know
music,
what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah, I used to buy. We all used to buy records.
You all used to buy
We all used to buy records back in the days. You know?
And back in the day, which shops in those early days that people used to go to in London? Was there any specific shop?
Well, in
I
order
would
to
say, so my dad was good friends with the Palmers.
The
Yeah,
Palmers,
yeah.
Jetstar.
That's the
The people who started
yeah,
Jetstar.
very close.
Yeah, yeah.
So, you know,
but you buy from them.
you buy from them like, you know, because they was like the biggest producers. really,
Yeah,
of
so that was
records.
Ska, Bluebeat, that kind
Yeah,
of
Bluebeat, yeah.
Rocksteady.
Yeah.
You know, the Palmer Dice label. And,
Yeah. So your dad's sound system, Shangri-La, how long did it play for?
well, I think he finished about 70 or 71.
70, 71. So you had a few years
Yeah, a
in
few
the late
years,
60s,
yeah,
early
yeah,
70s.
yeah, a few
Okay.
years, yeah.
Okay. And then Trevor, obviously after your boxing career, you started your own sound.
Well, I was playing my uncle's sound in the 70s.
In the 70s.
Yeah, I used to play. And some of them friends that they had in town, I used to play Angel nightclub, and we had parties and
Was there one, the Granary?
Yeah. So you used to play on Shangri-La sound yourself? As well?
We used to play that afterwards. Yeah.
But when Shangri-La finished, you in the 70s then started your own sound system, is that correct?
No, I started my own in the 80s.
In the 80s?
Yeah.
Okay.
Using some of that.
Was it late 70s?
Yeah.
Would be late 70s. When was the
well, 79, because that's when I finished boxing.
yeah, that
That's when I finished.
when was the
started?
Essex Road
Oh,
Boxing
that was 80s, and
Was that 80s?
yeah, all through the 80s.
So basically in the 80s you started your sound system with some of the equipment from Shangri-La. And what was I think your sound had a couple of names. I think initially you were called DJ International.
Yeah, that's I had a few guys from the radio. I had a few other guys who used to be in it, you know.
Yeah.
Most of them dead now.
I see. So when you started your sound, I know it changed names from African Roots to Zion Rockers. Yeah.
Zion Rockers is what we finished with, isn't it?
That's what you finished with.
JT.
Yeah, it was JT at one
So there's a
time.
few names for your sound, but essentially you started in the early 80s.
Yeah.
Okay. And just to give props to the other sound system members in your sound system, what were they? It was yourself, and who were the other guys that were in your sound?
Oh, there was Curtis. There was guy from Jeff brother, what's his name?
Ricky.
Yeah.
Ricky
Dennis.
Yeah.
Dennis.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, there was I can't remember the name now.
But there was a few of you.
There's a few of us.
And you were all Basingstoke man.
No, well, they came from Reading, them other.
They came from Reading?
Okay.
But they used to come to
Well,
Basingstoke?
they lived down there.
So, I mean, for those people that don't know, Reading and Basingstoke are what, 20 miles apart?
Yeah,
18 miles apart. So, and Reading had a far larger Afro Caribbean community.
Yeah.
And so a lot of them used to come down. So there was a large Bayesian community. Was Basingstoke, was it mainly Jamaican in Basingstoke?
At that time.
Probably, yeah.
At that time,
Yeah.
There was
Okay.
a few Jamaicans in Reading as well.
And Reading as well. Yeah. So basically, early 80s, you started your sound, and by that time it was roots music. It was moved from ska to roots.
More steppers, they call it.
Steppers, yeah. So you already had the equipment, which you got from Shangri-La sound. How did you? Because back in the day, there was no internet. There was no black pirate stations. There was no reggae played on the TV. I think John Peel on BBC Radio 1, he used to have a late night show where you had to listen to a whole heap of punk rock before you heard the one or two reggae tracks that he dropped. But that was it, basically. So
you had reggae time, didn't you, on a Sunday? Sunday? There
used to be some
Radio London Radio or something.
London radio used to have. Could you pick up the London radio station from Basingstoke? You could.
You can't pick up the fire.
See you in a minute.
So you could pick up the radio station from Basingstoke. Rodigan and Roots, on Capital.
Yeah.
But so that's how you kept up to date with the latest music, by listening to the radio station.
I wouldn't say we used to have even music before we got to play.
So you used to visit London?
In London. Like I said, we used to go to Palmer.
Mr. Palmer. Was that your main source, Palmer's Records?
There was out Archive. There's a couple of them up there, innit? Starlight. Yes, there's a few of them in
Body Music.
Body Music in Tottenham. Yeah.
So basically, Shepherd Bush.
Yeah.
By Eric
Yeah.
Back in the day, if you need to keep up with records, you used to have to go all over London.
All over London.
Because you might get one particular, like 70s, that came into North London. Brixton, you'd have to travel,
So you had to go to a few reggae record shops in London? Okay.
But mainly, places to go.
And how often did you used to go to buy records? Once a week, once a month?
Every time you play, you have to buy a record.
Okay.
See, that's kind of the downfall of the sound system, is that
There's a lot
you can't
of money.
keep up with the music.
Yeah.
Fall behind, that's when you start struggling, you know what I mean?
So by the time your sound system, Trevor, started in the 80s, which crowd were you playing for then? Was it still the skinheads, or was it the growing Afro Caribbean?
Well, they were still about.
They were still about. Mixture of people. This is before the Basingstoke Caribbean Club started, because Basingstoke Caribbean Club started 84. So were you? So were you mainly playing in blues and shebeens and things like that? Blues stuff.
We had a home just here for a couple of years.
Right. This was before the Caribbean Club.
Before the Caribbean Club, which is a good little spot. Just right.
Okay. What was the name of that hall?
This is Essex Road.
Essex Road.
This is part of this complex.
Okay, yeah. So before the club, you had the hall, and there was a few blues.
But the club was, when we have that now, and the club was still going.
The club
was going. It's like two different sections.
Okay,
What happened with the Caribbean Club is that, like I say, it's mainly the cricketers. You know what I mean? They're like guys from all kind of islands. Kind of created the Caribbean, and they managed to get the funds. Obviously, when you're playing cricket, you're moving in through certain circles, so they managed to create the funds. Probably, have word with a few people, council or whatever. So they done well. They've done well in what they've done. It's only a small community, But when they used to do their thing, it was mainly steel pan.
So basically, this is interesting. So there was a blues scene like Southampton had a blues scene. There was a blues scene in Basingstoke, and that started in the 70s, or was it the 80s?
The blues started in the 70s.
In the 70s. And which areas were the blues in Basingstoke? Was it still Oak Ridge and Popley? Popley and Oak Ridge. Okay. And there wasn't just one blues on a Saturday night. Could you go to more than one blues?
Sometimes you could go to another choice.
You had a choice. Okay.
But it's not really a big,
big blues.
It's not a big, it's not really a big scene in Basingstoke.
Like Southampton, for example, as you know, Derby Road had like 3 or 4 blues on one road. Whereas Basingstoke, you had
Basingstoke is quite a different place. As I say, it's all new.
It's all new,
There's no kind of old places where you could, like in Southampton, they used to have the candy shop. Remember the candy
Yeah,
shop?
the candy shop.
You know, they can find spots.
Yeah.
There's no little places around here.
So this was mainly in people's houses and flats.
Yeah.
But every weekend there would be a blues.
I wouldn't say every weekend.
Yeah.
But there'll be something. If it's not blues, they've been playing in a hall somewhere.
In the halls, Essex Hall, yeah. And in those days, obviously, there was your sound. Was there any other DJs or sounds playing the blues, or was it mainly your sound?
You get sounds coming from Reading.
From Reading?
Yeah, you even get sound coming from Birmingham.
Birmingham, okay. Any particular big names you remember?
Can't remember.
The only one from Reading we can remember is like
President sound from Reading.
Yeah.
So they used to come down and play in the hall and play in the blues as well. Okay. But it's important that Basingstoke had its own representation as well.
Yeah. The thing used to work, you know, but as I say, you know, it's a small community, so,
So you had a blues scene, you had a hall, so those were the venues. But like you said, Alex, there was a Caribbean cricket team as well in the early days. And who was that run by?
I don't know exactly run by, but there was guys like a guy called Sam,
Yeah.
you know, Mr. Eli,
Yeah.
the Nurse Brothers.
Yeah.
They didn't run it, but they used to be part of the cricket club, didn't they?
Not in the beginning.
Only?
Nah, I was right for this.
Okay. Alright, but there's a few, you know, like
Most of them boys died as well.
so they done a good job in like raising the
So
funds.
they raised the funds and they basically were instrumental.
Probably rubbed shoulders with a few people who,
Yeah.
you know, there was more kind of that kind of people that would rub shoulders, like,
Yeah.
you know.
So basically,
Maybe we never rubbed shoulders with the same people, you know.
but they
Yeah, they done a
basically
good job.
started the Caribbean.
They started.
And that was in 1984 in, I think it's Priestley Road?
Yeah.
Okay. And I think that, from my research, that ran from 84 to 93.
Yeah,
So a
probably.
good 9-10 years basically. So you had with the Caribbean Club, initially, were they comfortable with having sound system dancers in the Caribbean Club initially?
Well,
I wouldn't say
what happened with there, they had their own thing, but
Steel
I don't know
hand.
what the politics was or whatever.
Yeah.
But something happened and it shut down,
Okay, yeah.
right? So when it shut down, it opened back up again, Trevor, and a lot of other people,
Yeah.
Some of the old from before,
Yeah.
managed to get it open again.
Yeah.
I mean, they did have a bit of trouble with the newer skinhead types who were a bit racist, So for some reason it shut down.
Okay.
But then it opened back up again.
Yeah.
And that's obviously with the sound systems and everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Now, obviously, we've heard about the creation of the Caribbean Club and the blues scene in Basingstoke. Now, I've spoken to people in various towns, and they said there was a reason. One of the reasons why the blues scene started was, as a young black man, if you wanted to go into the town centre to a discotheque in the 60s and the 70s, you had a bit of hostility, and that's one of the reasons why the blues started. Is that correct,
That's
Trevor?
not right. We could have gone in any discotheque or any nightclub.
So it wasn't like Southampton, where I've spoken to people in Southampton, they said one of the reasons the blues started there was because sometimes, you got hostility in the town centre. Basingstoke was different.
Yeah,
There was a little, obviously, obviously with the rise of like the National Front and everything,
Yeah.
there was a bit of something going on.
Yeah.
But, you could go anywhere.
You could go anywhere.
We could have gone anywhere we want.
It's just a cultural thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
You just want to play your music.
Yeah.
Especially in Basingstoke, you
Yeah.
couldn't play.
That's why the
You
reggae.
couldn't play that music.
Yeah. So the blues started for people who wanted to hear Caribbean
Reggae music.
Yeah, reggae music.
Yeah.
because you didn't hear it anywhere else.
No. Unless you're from a higher level.
Yeah. So that's that. And the one advantage Basingstoke had over Southampton was that you could pick up the radio stations from Basingstoke.
Yeah.
So you could pick up the reggae shows as well.
Pick up,
Whereas Southampton, by the time you get down to M3 to South, you can't pick up nothing from London. So that's kind of thing, that's that. So obviously, Trevor, you had your sound system. Alex, you as the younger generation, you started your own sound system called Catmandu.
Yeah.
So
with like the younger guys, because obviously like Trevor might step back.
Yeah.
So you step up, didn't you? You know.
Yeah.
So like if you get the younger guys coming up making dread and bruises,
Yeah.
you know.
So you started Catmandu sound system, which is probably the obviously the second sound system in the Francis, the third sound system in the Francis family.
Yeah.
So how did you guys get your equipment when you started Catmandu?
I bought a little preamp somewhere and then started playing, and obviously moved up in a bred up from London and bought the
Barracuda.
And you know, obviously you step up and buy a technique.
So he built your amp for
He didn't build it, he had it.
He lent it.
He was a guy who actually worked on some of them pirate radio stations early on.
Yeah.
Dwelling with soul and soul. And what happened is he had this preamp.
Yeah.
And he said,
Okay.
do you want to buy it? And I said, yeah.
Okay.
So that was
And you had the original garage record deck as well.
that was for a time,
Yeah. So you got your equipment, and like Trevor.
Obviously, I'd take to get he'd have the speakers, so I was like, right, give me the. Give me the.
So you used to borrow speakers from Zion Rockers.
Change.
It was basically some of the speakers that were taken out of the
Shangri-La.
Put in other boxes, they might be taken out of other boxes, or you buy a new speaker or whatever. That's how it worked.
That's how it worked.
So if we needed it, you just come and take it.
And so, do you know roughly when Catmandu started? It was 80. Was it before the Caribbean Club started?
I'd say probably,
So it was before 84?
Yeah.
Okay, so early part of the 80s.
Yeah.
Okay. And how long did Catmandu play for?
I don't know really, on and off.
Into the 90s?
Yeah.
Maybe on and off, you know.
Early 90s.
I wouldn't really out there that as every night, week or whatever. You know, so
but you were there when needed.
You know, say like, you know, if their blues come and say, I'd say, I'll do it, you know what I mean? A lot of time, you know, you play your tweeters. So you've got, you know, you play your amp, you blow whatever. So sometimes you fall back a bit. You might get a bit of money and say, right, coming back and doing something. You know?
And so music, buying your records, I suppose, like Trevor Sound, you used to go halls then and places.
Because by that time, my uncle had a record shop.
Your uncle had a record shop?
Okay, a record shop in Essex Road, that's down near Church Road. They had a record shop on Church Road, then they had a record shop up on Park Parade, which is like the Holden Way. So he said, let's go up there, and if not, he'd take you down. Take you down.
So it's a very good connection. You had a family, an uncle that had a record shop. So you could buy the latest 7-inch pre-release reggae tunes.
You could buy, you could get that. If you got the money. That's what.
There was guys in that time who still were selling pre-release on Jamaica from their houses. You know what I mean? You have to go to their houses to buy them records.
So we're in the 80s. You have two sound systems now playing in Basingstoke. Obviously, Alex Catmandu and Trevor Zion Rockers. You're playing at the hall. You're playing at the Caribbean Club, and also in the Blues as well.
I think when the Caribbean Club opened, the Blues kind of.
When we went up there, it was always always there.
Yeah, you can always go Caribbean.
So the blues scene kind of quietened down when after the Caribbean Club opened.
Yeah.
Because you had somewhere to go.
Yeah, somewhere to go.
Yeah.
But even into the 90s, the blues scene was still there in Basingstoke, would you say?
There was still blues going on.
Still blues going on.
But not as much as
No, because you could just go to the club.
Yeah. Okay. And then when the Caribbean Club closed, that closed in 93, which was a big loss because obviously it was the main place. Did the blues scene in Basingstoke, even in the mid-90s, carry on?
Little here and there, you know what I mean? But I think it started kind of
Dying.
kind of dying out.
And just while we're on the subject of blues, what were the famous blues that were in Basingstoke? Was there any famous blues that people used to go to?
It's just people's houses.
Yeah, so they used to chop and change.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like the candy shop, the famous blues.
No, because as I say, this is a brand new town. Old town got knocked down and then this place a new town got built. So there was never places that you could move into or do stuff, you know.
Yeah.
So basically people in there that want to make a couple of people.
Are they just moving into a house?
Yeah.
But they're just moving out. So it's like that, you know what I mean? See, the thing with the Caribbean Club, the downfall of the Caribbean Club, so they built the Caribbean Club and it was like a field, you had the hospital over there, and you had like a bit of industrial over here. So you was by yourself, wasn't you? You know what I mean? You could play music and get away with playing music
really loud
and early in the morning. But what they've done, they built a hostel.
Okay.
Right next to it.
Next to it.
You could touch your hand, touch the Caribbean Club with your hand, touch a hostel with that hand. So what happened is the noise pollution.
Okay.
I had to go with my dad and a few people because of noise pollution. So that's what the downfall was.
Downfall of the Caribbean. Okay. Yeah. So while you were playing your sounds, were there any mic men that used to host, or was it just playing music?
Yeah, just mainly playing music.
You never had no
There's always something going to turn up.
There's always somebody coming on getting up.
And just talking, but there wasn't a regular mic man, a famous mic.
I didn't have one anyway.
Okay. So it was mainly music, and if anyone wanted to pick up the mic and chat,
There's always something going to turn up.
There's always somebody chatting.
Lenny Popo used to like that.
Lenny Popo.
Yeah, he came from like East London.
He Hackney,
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Lenny
So you used to chat on the mic as well.
Yeah, he used to like that.
So that's that. And obviously you played in the Caribbean Club, you played in the blues. Did you play any, I had one tape from 91, and it was a Southampton sound called Ghetto High Power versus Catmandu. Patrick sound. Gloria used to run her famous blues in Southampton, her son Patrick. She had two sons, Gert and Patrick, and Patrick ran a sound called Ghetto High Power. So I heard that tape, but it's only the Ghetto High Power side. But they do mention Catmandu. So you did a few clashes.
Yeah, they're probably that. I mean, to be honest with you, that time there is like, I can actually remember that, is that, we wasn't really playing, we wasn't really up to it at that time, should we say, you know what I mean?
You weren't really a clash sound.
Wasn't a clash sound, but at that time I had some problems with the speaker boxes and amps and everything like that. And it was like, come on now, you know what I mean? So alright, give it a play.
We've had all them sounds coming, but it's never been like a sound clash.
There's never been a sound clash.
The only real sound clash I'd say was when it was in there with the president.
President sound. So President sound from Reading, and who did they play against? Your sound.
Trevor.
Okay, so in those days it was Zion Rock. And in those days it wasn't dub plates, it was just who played the best music.
Yeah, basically, there was,
sometime we turn on and show dub play, but and then I ain't really a dub play.
But there was at least one or two clashes.
We a lot of sounds been down. Bath, London.
Yeah, what big sounds do you remember that passed by Basingstoke?
Passed by.
Yeah, so like you had President pass by Basingstoke.
Yeah, I can't even remember that. All I can remember is in there was like the president, probably some Marcus from Reading played. There's a few Birmingham sounds.
A few Birmingham sounds came down.
Yeah, you played in Oakley. You know, like
I'm from Bristol. Played in London. Luton, you know. Yeah, there's a
So
bit of
out of town sounds did play. And then you guys as representatives of Basingstoke would play alongside them then?
Not every time. Not every time, but most times.
So this rare clash that you had with President, was it we talking about
It wasn't
70?
a rare
Our
class.
president used to come down
We
here all the
played,
time.
we played down here, we played in Popley, we played.
So was this in the 70s when you played against
No,
President?
80s, isn't it?
80s.
Yeah, but it's I can't remember when
It's
that
80s. 70s I was boxing.
Okay, so dub plates. Now, not every sound is in the business with dub plates, but did you ever cut any dub plates at all?
No.
Okay.
guess you had to have money and a bit more of a connection. You know, like.
But you weren't really a dub plate sound. There was no need for it, I suppose. It was just to entertain.
Music. It's all about music.
Everyone just wanted to hear the music. I understand. That's that. And so, really, I mean, this is a question I ask all my interviewees, but I suppose it doesn't apply to Basingstoke, the community is small. There's no competing sounds locally because you're all from the same family. Any competition will be from out of town. Okay.
You might have a guy, a little sound come up in your mind, but it was never really like a major kind of.
It's entertaining.
So when you played with the President, how did you prepare for that particular dance? The morning before, did you used to go to London and buy your records and stuff?
Not the morning before, I've done 2 days or
2 days before. You go down to Halls then or wherever and buy your music. It's a shame because I think, Alex, we've spoken about this before during our numerous telephone conversations. There's no sound tapes of Zion Rockers. Catmandu. You never recorded any of your sessions?
I mean, if you did, how long was the TDK tape?
I'll let things have been out of fashion.
They break after about a month, so there might be.
But you don't have, there's none that
to keep them like.
People used to bring ghetto blasters into the dance and just record.
Yeah, people used to do that.
Do what they do.
But the thing is, as I say, how long do them tapes last? Unless you put them away and put them somewhere, they ain't gonna last more than 2 months.
And there's no camcorder footage from the Caribbean Club days. No one took any camcorder footage. Because obviously Patrick from Ghetto High Power Sound from Southampton, he used to religiously record his sessions, but he used to take camcorder footage. So I've asked him if he took any footage of when he came to Basingstoke Caribbean Club. So if I do find any of that camcorder footage.
I'm even down there because I've been down there and played with them in Southampton.
And you went to Southampton?
We played the candy shop.
And some old school
So Trevor, you actually used to travel to Southampton and play with Zion Rockers?
See, the thing is, with Southampton, they're quite nice people.
We used to get on with it.
It's a friendly town.
They're very approachable.
So out of town sounds can go there and play, and it's a welcoming.
There's no bad
So Trevor, in Southampton, did you play at the West Indian Club in Southampton?
I played there in a group.
In a group?
Yeah, I used to be in a group.
What was the name of your group?
I don't know.
Well, I think I've got an old newspaper cutting, so I'll have to find that.
Somebody show picture or something.
So you played in your band, the reggae band?
Yeah, in the club. Around Southampton.
Around Southampton.
In other places, Patrick and that.
But with your sound, did you take your sound to Southampton or other places? Which other town did you take your sound? You went to Southampton? Bournemouth?
Yeah, Aldershot.
Aldershot?
Yeah.
Were there smaller black communities in those towns, or was it just like in clubs that you went to?
Portsmouth got a lot of black people.
Yeah.
And what do you call it? Aldershot.
Aldershot. There was a little community there as well.
Yeah, they had a Caribbean club.
A Caribbean club.
You've got a nice food place down there.
Yeah.
Is there food place down there?
Yeah.
Very nice.
A West Indian
Community.
With Aldershot, you've got Farnborough, Farnham, Shangri-La. They're all kind of joined together. So there's a lot of people circulating.
Yeah. So you did play in Aldershot and Basingstoke and Portsmouth, Trevor, and Southampton and places like that with your sound. Okay. And Alex, Catmandu sound system, did you travel with the
Not so
sound?
much really.
Not so much.
No, it was a non-enough type way.
Well, that's interesting because people outside of Southampton and Basingstoke, which we know about, people didn't realise that, Portsmouth had a small black community, Aldershot had a small Caribbean, and you all knew each other. But they never had their sound systems in Aldershot or Portsmouth, so they relied on
They had a sound in Aldershot.
They got a Caribbean club up in Farnborough, innit?
in Farnborough. And did they have sounds in those cities as well?
They did have a sound. I think the guy's gone to America. And kid used to come down here and play.
So in the Hampshire, Dorset kind of, Berkshire, you did used to play in other towns with Zion Rockers.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's interesting as well. The other thing I wanted to ask you was with the Zion Rockers. I think Zion Rockers was the latest name of your sound. It used to be called African Roots, didn't it?
Yeah. I don't really know the names.
Jati. So how long? You started your sound in the early '80s, maybe late '70s. How long did your sound play until?
Until when they say Caribbean finished.
'93.
That's when it finished.
That's when Zion Rockers finished. Okay. And so there was no, and Catmandu was, after that, Catmandu still carried on.
Yeah, but not a lot.
Not a lot. So both sound systems, Zion Rockers and Catmandu, they basically finished in the early 90s.
Yeah.
Okay. And what happened after that in terms of sound system in Basingstoke? There was no sound system in Basingstoke after that.
There weren't.
Some of the younger guys had
going on.
What's it? That little sound for what, didn't it?
Marvin Rose.
Sound playing.
And
but I'd say after the Caribbean Club, there was a bit of a little kind of
everything seems to just die down.
So it's a shame that closed down because that was basically the hub, if you like.
It was always going to happen. Once they built that hospital.
That was it. Okay. When it comes to, obviously after that, you had one and two DJs who played in Basingstoke. I've heard of Marvin Rose, he used to DJ as well. One or two DJs. Yeah. But basically, as the 90s progressed, that was it, basically. But lately, Trevor, you played at the Wote Club in Basingstoke on RDR sound system. So that was after how many years? 30 years?
30 years.
Wow. And luckily, we got Alex helped with this. We got some mobile phone footage, just as a memory of your sound system playing. And I suppose that night was special for a lot of people because everyone recognised you as the foundation sound system in Basingstoke, and that was a rare thing. Are we going to see more? You've obviously still got your record collection.
Yeah, I still got the record, but it's a time I don't know. I don't know. I can't make a date to say I'm going to do this and this day. Like to say the boxing tape first.
So
at the moment, as it is at the moment, I'm probably the only one who can take them out to box because the rest of the guys Qualified and qualified.
Well, you're the selector. You know what tunes to play. Yeah, the selector. So you know the tune. But so with Zion Rockers, have you still got the equipment?
No.
No,
Everything.
no equipment. That was all sold off.
There is
probably in the garage.
Yeah, there's a few boxes in the garage.
Yeah.
You know, but I had some spoons and everything, but where they got damp, they got wet, and they still have to like cut them off. There's still speakers there, but nothing really.
Nothing.
Still got the, like Barracuda needs
Barracuda amp.
It needs a service and
So you've got bits and pieces, memento.
Because what happened is my son started playing.
Your son started playing?
Yeah, they done a few tunes, you know what I mean, before like, hip hop and garage and things like that. So they had a few little play out for a while, when they were young.
So, bits of equipment you still got, but obviously Trevor, you still got all your records.
I got the records.
You got the records. Alex, what about your
I
records?
gave him a lot of my records, but a lot of my, I had a guy who was kind of like a family member.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Run off with like
Loads of records.
Loads of records.
these things used to happen a lot. So if you want to break into your garage and nick your records, you understand what I'm saying? So the records I had,
Loads of records are missing.
They got missing. But I mean, if it ever was needed, Trevor, you could still do a one-off gig. Maybe.
Well, they've asked me to do another one. I'm already told. It's near when the ABA starts. It's pretty near that time, and I don't know if I can have the time to do that.
No, I understand. But
they will have to wait.
there was a big turnout at the World Club when you did play in 2023.
What was it? It was alright.
And I could see from the reaction of because you played on RDR sound system, which is a new sound system from Basingstoke, so Josh and the rest of the crew. So you were playing on their sound, and you could tell people were paying homage to you as an elder in the community, because everyone was, you could tell from the videos, everyone was just hugging you and saying, they couldn't believe that you were, after how long you were playing the music. So you really are the Lloyd Coxon of Basingstoke, you could tell.
And them guys are doing quite well as well. You know what I mean? And even Marvin Rose, he's got a sound system.
Marvin Rose plays.
He's right there.
You don't live there anymore.
So there is people like RDR who are carrying on the torch for reggae. Marvin is still playing for Marvin Rose, and so it's not like there's no reggae music in Basingstoke. One and two people are still doing things. And I heard that they're trying to resurrect Popley Carnival now.
Well, maybe that might be a good
Public
Because you got the
carnival.
They did a few years ago because the My Kids played there.
That was down at John Hunt School.
So, I mean, there still is, and there is a Facebook group now called the Caribbean Club Revival, which, where they post old photographs and memorabilia of the golden age of the Caribbean Club. And I've seen online people are doing things in the Popley Community Centre as well. So, it hasn't totally died down.
No. It's good that someone's doing something,
Simply for reggae music.
But for the record, it was obviously Sonny Francis, Trevor Francis, Alex Francis, Matty and Bruce, who ran the first reggae sound systems.
I'd say that, and obviously Lenny Popo might have had a little sound come up for a little while, pop up, and obviously later on Marvin Rose.
I think when we spoke, you
and
did.
Jamaica.
Jamaica.
He had a little sound for a while.
Is that
something like that?
Jamaica?
No.
Oh, right, I don't know. I think he had a little maybe him, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it?
Anyway.
He used to play with you, Jamaica, on Zion Rockers,
Is it? I want to know who it is.
You know, with sound system, a lot of people jump on board. Because especially if you're playing out something, they want to get in for free. Then carried the records. Or, you know what I mean? So.
And also, Alex, I think you mentioned another sound system in Basingstoke. Obviously, nothing to do with the Francis family, but there was another sound system called Sir Will's.
Sir Will's, Mr. Will's. So he came down from London in the 70s.
In the 70s.
And obviously he had a sound from up there. So he used to play out, you know. So, so he, you know, he played that a few times down there.
Yeah.
You
And
know?
when did his sound like pack up?
He come out, and just say he had his sound, and he'd come out and he played like, you know, 3, 4, 5 times, you know what I mean? You know, it wasn't like he had a sound, and he was not saying he
wasn't a young man.
He was an older guy.
Yeah.
So he went back to
Jamaica.
He went back to Jamaica and he died a few years ago. His son plays, but he's a DJ.
He's a DJ.
And he'll play everything, you know. He's done quite well for himself. Leroy.
Yeah. So, you know, I mean, for those people that thought Basingstoke had no black history, no reggae sound system scene, it's basically Southampton and Basingstoke, the only two towns in Hampshire that had a Caribbean club and a sound system scene.
Yeah, well, Farnborough got a Caribbean club. I think
Farnborough as well.
I think that's closed as well, man.
So there was a little community in Farnborough.
Because as I said, you got Farnborough and Aldershot.
They used to come together.
You got a lot of towns close together.
So they used to come together.
Okay.
They still got a Caribbean food shop down there. Which a lot of people rate, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, you know, there is with the Facebook group, Caribbean Club Revival, and with, you know, talks about maybe having gigs at the Popley Community Centre, there is some sort of maybe a revival of what things used to happen.
I think they're trying to push it, you know.
But yeah, I mean, you know, I just wanted to say thank you for, you know, your time today. Is there anything you feel that we've missed out today in terms of, you know, maybe I've overlooked anything else you want to talk about in terms of sound system culture in Basingstoke?
No, basically covered everything.
We've covered everything more or less. But Trevor, what would be what would be your, as an elder in the community who's well respected in Basingstoke, what would be your message to, you know, people watching this video? What's your message? Because obviously, you know, it's important that we document the important people in the black community in Basingstoke, and people respect you. So what would be your message to people watching this video?
Keep strong and keep playing reggae music.
Keep playing reggae music. Don't stop.
Document.
Alex, your message to the people then?
If you're gonna do stuff, you know, document it, man. So when someone like you turns up, we've got it all there for them, you know. Many times you could have documented your stuff, and it's nice to see it, you know.
There's more chance of doing that nowadays, anyway.
Everyone documents everything nowadays.
Everybody pictures everything.
Which is the reason why when you played at that club, I was harassing Alex Francis, Josh from RDR Sound, and Marvin Rose. I got to thank the three of you. All of you took, because I was begging you guys just to take mobile phone footage of Trevor playing that night. Because it was after 30 years he was playing the reggae music. And so thanks to you three, we managed to get about 7 minutes worth of mobile phone footage, and that footage will be played straight after this video. So for those people watching this video, do not just hang up after this video finishes. There is that footage of Trevor playing at the Woke Club in Basingstoke in 2023 to give you a flavour of the tunes that he used to play. But I just wanted to say thank you guys for your time today.
Thank you for showing interest in us.
No problem. All the best. Take care.
whole family and pass through tonight. It's a family event. You true to all the area.
Better talk too.
Showtime, all the arena session with IMC, you know. Come in militant team with a different one, make me nice up the place. All time blazing folks, you know.